for sure, we're gonna have a very close look at the crown jewel, the flagship of the 50/40 lineup, the Titan fountain pen. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for joining the channel. As always, I'm your host from Pen Venture. You are in for a fountain pen review. And in this one, it's interesting. Let me explain. It's not that familiar when the person that's going to showcase this fountain pen, me, it's having 4 of them and all are inked up, all 4 are in use. I think I can explain and fill some of the information that possibly till this moment it's not yet shared or presented in a video format like this one. And let's enjoy a very interesting fountain pen. In my honest opinion, by the end of the video, you're gonna have your own opinion. If you enjoy my content, give this video a big thumbs up. As always with my reviews, we're gonna start first of all with the customer experience. Don't you be worried. I'm gonna walk you through all of the versions of this fountain pen, 3 normal ones and 2 special ones, all up close, and I'm going to tell you everything about them. This is the box in which it is arriving. This is one of the best ways to transport, ship a fountain pen. You're gonna pop this 2 things like this, and once you open it, be very careful because inside resides your Titan fountain pen, and it's gonna form like a nest from the foam and everything, and it will not move. Have a look at this. So this rubber gasket will keep the fountain pen from getting damped or getting moisture inside. Before going into the details, showcasing everything, let me tell you a few things regarding the brand itself, 50/40. It is a brand which has been established recently. The person behind the brand, Roy Anderson, he is a very talented engineer who resides in Ireland. I've met Roy and I can tell you he is a wonderful friend and you will get to know him. I will for sure bring him in front of the camera to showcase his story and what he tried to accomplish with 50/40. He is having a very, very technical approach to everything, and it resides in the way that he created the Titan and also the Pocket GT. He likes cars a lot. He put together in the Titan series what he envisioned to be the spearhead of a fountain pen, and I believe the choice of material, the finishing, the machining, and the technical aspects that make this Titan unique are infused from a point of knowledge. It puts a lot of himself into these creations, and if you are not an engineer, you will understand a little bit regarding engineers by the end of this video. Being a writing instruments retailer, I keep a close eye on everything that's happening at specific pen shows, so I got to see Roy Anderson being present at the DC Pen Show. I just asked Ben if he wants to introduce me to this person, and he intermediate a specific phone call. We got to know each other. I got to find out more about the 50/40 brand. I think that we have like a mission, or we should have like a mission in which we support such people that have dreams and aspirations to become fountain pen manufacturers and fountain pen designers, and they bring something new in our industry. After the phone call with Roy, I got to just help him with some of the things for the website, and then Roy and us decided, well, the 50/40 brand needs to be public, needs to be experienced by fountain pen collectors and lovers, and what better way to do that than partnering also with Pen Venture. As we speak, we are the only 50/40 outside retailer than the brand itself. Now it's time to dive into close details and to showcase each specific writing instrument because we have a lot of things to talk about. First, we have the full titanium one with an acrylic barrel. Then we have the forged carbon fiber with a smoke barrel. So you can still get the color of the ink inside, but the barrel has a little bit of smoke in it. Just grabbed one of the fresh ones to showcase how this barrel looks without ink inside, so it is a little bit smoky, to say so. Then we have the full titanium with an Ultem barrel, so if you like yellow as a color or Ultem as a material, you have this option just as well. And those are the standard versions, 3 of them. Then we have the specialty ones, the ones that we proposed as being a mix. The one that you see right here is the forged carbon with an Ultem barrel, and inside I have a blue ink. Here is a look without ink on a fresh one. And last but not least, this is the full Titan with a smoke acrylic barrel. Just for a comparison angle, this is the fresh look of it as it's new. For these 2 special versions, you will have them available only in a limited number of 50 fountain pens for each of these 2. The standard one, it is a limited series of only 250 fountain pens for each of the 3 finishes. So in total, 50/40 will produce 750 Titan fountain pens in these 3 standard versions, and out of the 750 fountain pens, 100 of them will be sold, 50 in the Ultem forged carbon and 50 in the full titanium smoke barrel. And from the first moment that you get your eyes on such a writing instrument, you can clearly see that it is oversized. This is not a small fountain pen. Its shape, it's very simple. It is tapering more on the cap than right here, flat at both ends, and in the middle you have the clear demonstrator part, which shows you the internal filling system. If you pick different versions like the carbon one, you see less of the inside, and then you have a different material like this forged carbon, which is awesome. And if you get the Ultem one, you're gonna have basically the same Titan full titanium. Instead of the clear acrylic or the smoke acrylic, you're gonna get the Ultem barrel. As a fountain pen, it is very minimalistic. If you want to be bedazzled by so many details, so many things like here's a clip, here's a ridge, here is this, that, small indentation, large, small, it is none of that. It is simple, it is very, very technical, and you actually can get to understand the fountain pen by the actual lack of so many things crowded in such a small space like on a fountain pen. Zooming on the cap, we can clearly see that it is a flawless titanium machining, and this is without doubt a very, very rewarding feature, to say so. Here we have the laser engraving of the number. Look at the small chamfer ridge or something at the edge of the finial. Although it's flat, Roy put this small little detail there. Also on the carbon series, and have a look at that. It is not a sharp ending, it is a small chamfer. This shows a lot of precision in the machines used for such a fountain pen. Forged carbon fiber, it is glistening, it shows this sheen and this gorgeous gray monotone aspect to it, and the tactile way that you interact with the material is also important. Inside the cap you will find Delrin inserts. Uncapping motion and the capping motion is very smooth. And let's check out the nib itself. A steel size 8 nib, which is available in fine and medium. On it we have laser engraved 50/40 silver color, and this is paired with a giant ebonite feeder. In my previous videos, someone pointed that this is not the only offering on a pairing for ebonite feeder and size 8 steel nib out there on the market. I've checked and it is correct. This is not the only nib of its kind. Where the market is going at this moment, with the price of gold, with the increasing on everything, I believe we're gonna see more and more of this steel nibs being used by pen companies to actually elevate their writing instruments to the next level by offering something in steel, stainless steel 8, and paired with such a great ebonite feeder, which offers a very rich and consistent ink flow. The nib and the feeder are friction fitted inside a housing, which it's been screwed into the section. The company doesn't recommend you each time you clean the fountain pen to take the nib out, because in time it will chew the threads, or if you don't have a very well developed procedure to remove such a nib, you can actually slide it to the left or the right and the pen will write not that optimal. If you know your way around nibs and everything, this will be easy to unscrew from the section and to have access inside the fountain pen itself. No matter which version you pick, either that's one of the special ones or the normal ones, it will have the same section, which is made in titanium. This is hourglass shaped, thin in the middle and a little bit flaring out towards both ends. This is very comfortable. Although it's metal, it's not going to make your finger slip forward towards the nib. Right here, the threads are ACME. We don't have those very sharp, pointy threads like this. We have ones that are just blunt or square at the top, and in time, I believe Delrin, being a material which is softer than metal, of course, if you use something sharp like sharp profile on the threads, it will chew them. There is no step up. The barrel meets the threads very flushed, and right here we got a glimpse of the double reservoir, and you can fly with this fountain pen without having it burp ink. And I believe it is a great way to control ink, because this filling system will offer you a huge amount of ink. If you don't seal it and you allow a little bit to come into the nib unit itself, it can burp, it can present instances in which the flow is too rich. On this pen right here, we have a clear acrylic barrel, which is slightly tapering in around here. And then moving further, we have a ring right here, the filling system knob, which actually is the part that we need to explain, because this fountain pen is part of a specific class that I've named hybrid fillers, because it's a mix in between a piston and also a vacuum filling system. And in this class, we can safely put Conid, the bulk filler, we can put the Kakari, and now we can put also the Titan. It is a specific class which is running on the same principle, like it's using vacuum and a piston to draw ink, and then parks the piston up so you get the full barrel of ink at your disposal. Look how easy we can engage the piston. We unscrew the knob, we pull, and the rod, it is titanium nitride coated. The reason behind having such a finish on a rod like this is because the rod sits always submerged in ink. This is another way an engineer like Roy can put his knowledge to work and to present such nuggets of things into his creations like the Titan. So getting back, now you screw counterclockwise, you just engage the piston, then you twist it a little bit and disengage it with this pins right here, which allows it to be parked right here on the top. And now you can draw ink in the filling system, and then you reach the top, you twist a little bit. Now once you feel like it's safely parked, you turn clockwise and then you push and you put the rod in its last position. And the filling system, it's a brilliant take on a hybrid filler by Roy Anderson. Roy named this filling system the TFS, the Titan Filling System. And this filling system offers a huge amount of ink, 4 milliliters of ink inside the fountain pen. This is designed by him, uses those pins, to say so, to park the piston up, and it is engaging it through the help of a thread. The piston head glides inside the barrel with the help of a single O-ring, so it is not a double O-ring. It does that very smoothly, and it gets to be greased each time such a fountain pen is sent out to the customer himself. And the fountain pen can be taken apart. Right here you can see those 2 clearings that can have like a tool with a sharp point enter there, and when you twist, you can remove the base plate of the filling system. Again, the company doesn't recommend you doing this operation because it is titanium parts that are screwing into something like acrylic, Ultem, or smoke acrylic, and in time it will chew the threads, or if you overdo it, it can crack the barrel, and a replacement will take a long time and it will be costly. If you know your way around fountain pens, you're gonna figure out yourself how you may want to take apart something like this, but be very, very careful because this will void your warranty. Now, let's put them side by side. In order to get a full image, full titanium, carbon fiber, Ultem, and the two specialty Ultem forged carbon fiber, titanium smoke barrel. Two specialty ones, and those three are the standard ones. Kept like this, the fountain pen measures 145 millimeters in between ends. Posted like this, it's going to measure 170 millimeters. Uncapped in writing position, 135 millimeters. The total weight of the full titanium version, either one that you choose, is 47 grams like this and 28 grams uncapped like this. And for any carbon version that you may pick, 33 grams capped like this and 26 grams uncapped in writing position. By now, you know me. I don't use scripts, but in regards of the pricing, I don't want to mess up. So I have here the pricings for each specific version. The full titanium acrylic barrel is 595 euros. So this is the most accessible version. Then we go with the full titanium Ultem barrel. This is 640 euros no VAT, and this is the forged carbon fiber with the smoke barrel. This is 720 euros. Then for either of the special versions, we have the carbon paired with the Ultem barrel, 765 euros no VAT, and for the titanium with the smoke acrylic barrel, it's 615 euros no VAT. Done. Now for the fun part, writing with the gorgeous 8 steel nib paired with the ebonite feeder. This video, it's been running, oh my god, we are at the 1 hour mark in regards of the recording. I will need to cut a lot of this video. Unscrew the end knob, pull, then you screw counterclockwise, you engage the piston, then you go click, then you go like this. You remove the air from the barrel, you put the pen into ink, and as you pull, let me see if I can get that on video. That's a huge, huge amount of ink. Now let's park the piston like this, then you rotate clockwise. I hope the camera picks this up. So the rod is disengaged from the piston head, and now you need to put the rod back in its original position as you write with the fountain pen. So you're going to press on it and do this over some ink, because you will have a few droplets that will just make its way back into the ink. And now we need to completely close the system. We're gonna wipe everything clean off and get ready to have some fun time. So, pen 50/40 Titan nib. It's an 8 steel fine point paired with ebonite feeder. Then we have the ink. KVZ grapefruit. And the paper. Rhodia dot pad. Phenomenal performances. It is a smooth writer. It has a hint of feedback, but the actual proportions of the nib sticking out so much makes this so delightful in writing. Now, want to see a wetness test? So this is one pass, and this is a double pass. This is a slam dunk in the middle, wet to moderate, very, very consistent. It is a pleasant writer. It is wonderful to write with this fountain pen. Just remember to unscrew the end knob and let some ink into the double reservoir, because as you write with the fountain pen, you can observe that the ink flow will go dry, 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 because it needs to have more ink from above. Don't forget about that if you want to have the same ink flow. And now some normal figure of eights. This is a fine point versus a size 6 fine point. This is a little bit above that in regards of the line that puts on the paper. So I would put it to be maybe like 10% above a size 6 steel Yovo fine point. Now let's apply a little bit of pressure. These nibs are not marked to be flexy or anything, but if you apply a little bit of pressure, it will open up a little bit and it will create the illusion of having a little bit of variation in regards of the line. But this is not flex. It is not meant to be flexed or to be used with added pressure. When you do so, it will catch more of the paper, because the two tines will spread apart and the edge will feel most of the paper, so it will become toothy. So use it with a gentle hand. It is intended to be used without being flexed. Let's check some flamboyant writing. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Very, very, very nice writer. Very consistent, wet enough. It has a hint of feedback, enough to be like a very fine pencil. I just like to have a little bit of feedback, and this nib is perfect in the middle, offering enough feedback to please an user and to actually get the vibration when writing. You can actually feel the fountain pen in your hand. So this is a wonderful, wonderful option on such a fountain pen. Well, now let's conclude in some personal opinions. I think by now we've passed like 2 months since we are retailing 50/40 on our website. And in this time, I've got a lot of feedback from you all regarding the Titan fountain pen. The customers that have one of these fountain pens in their possession right now with them have been a treasure of feedback and information that we can take and deliver to Roy in order to help him understand his customer, his creations, and how do they impact the users when they are welcomed in a collection of writing instruments. I just like the Titan fountain pen, and I have 4 of them. I showed you. This has to be one of the most expensive fountain pens with a steel nib out there. I don't know if it's the most expensive one, but I am sure that right now on the Pen Venture website is the most expensive steel nib fountain pen. But with the current pricing of gold and this material being a commodity, I believe it's going to be less and less viable to be used on nibs. So I just want to see companies that take steps to get their steel nibs up to the standards, or at least to the writing experience with the gold nib. And I can guarantee you, if I blindfold 10 of you and I give you this fountain pen and a fountain pen with a 8 nib, which is a little bit more rigid, like an 18 karat gold nib or a 14 karat gold nib in size 8, on the same fountain pen, like if we install it on a Titan fountain pen, it is very difficult to spot the difference in between a gold and a steel nib, both of them being adjusted to run very well. The fact that this is such an expensive writing instrument, it's because of the entire fountain pen. the choice of materials, the machining, the level of attention towards details, the use of techniques and coatings and finishes that are just setting the bar up. And I can put this Titan next to very, very well established fountain pens that cost twice as much, and you would be shocked to see how quality is such a writing instrument versus one that costs 2 times more. So being a steel nib fountain pen doesn't put it into a category which is inferior of something which is more expensive. On the contrary, it is a wonderful, high quality writing instrument. I just like the mission of 50/40. I support the mission. I not only support the mission, I went and just took 50/40 to be retailed by Pen Venture, and I believe in the project. I believe in the person behind the project, Roy Anderson. He's a good person, and I just like working with such a talented individual, which opened up to have our feedback, our customer feedback, and to tailor his creations even more so and refine them. In this way, we are evolving the offering of 50/40. I hope that I'm gonna get Roy in front of the camera and to share the story of 50/40 with you all very, very soon. This is basically my honest opinion regarding this fountain pen, and I believe we should get our eyes on 50/40 because there is a lot of things yet to be uncovered from Roy and the 50/40 team. If you are still on this video, that means that you like fountain pens and you like my content. Give this video a big thumbs up. If you want to get one of the 5 versions of the Titan fountain pen, you can find it available on our website. It is available in stock. You can get it with us, or if you want to support the cause and the mission and you want to make the purchase with Roy and you are not in a hurry to get the fountain pen and to support him, go on his website. Down below you find the link there as well. Let me know if you have any questions regarding this fountain pen, the 50/40 brand, and everything regarding Roy Anderson. Use the comment section down below. I hope Roy is watching and he can answer just as well, or if not, he can tell me the answer and I will communicate the answer in the comment section down below. Don't forget to support the growth of the Pen Venture YouTube channel, and if you're not subscribed, just click there, turn the notification bell on, and you will be notified whenever we have new content. Speaking about content, if you want to watch my previous videos, I'm gonna leave it this right here. You can click and enjoy. As always, I'm your host from Pen Venture. I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.